The following is a special sports presentation of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Bengals Weekly. I'm Dan Horde. He is Dave Lapham. The Bengals are in London to take on the defending NFC champion LA Rams. We went in 2016. It was a great experience despite a tie game against the Redskins. But Wembley Stadium, 80,000 plus, and a tough opponent this time around.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but hopefully they feed off the energy in England, because I'm telling you, in London, they love the National Football League. At Wembley, all 32 teams were represented by game jerseys of each respective team. So they have their cluster of fans everywhere, all over the city. And broadcasting the game, we're there right in the stands. I mean, we're right there. Hear all the action. Fans are around us, responding, reacting. I'm looking forward to the energy. It's easy to feed off of that energy. And hopefully the Bengals feed off the energy as well, because they're going to have to. This Rams football team, they have players offensively and defensively. Maybe the best player in the National Football League, Aaron Donald. Major challenge for John Jerry, Billy Price on that side of the offensive line.
All right, time now for this week's Clutch Performance. It is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, clutch performance in the world. Here comes the punt. Nose of the ball down, Australian rules style. This one is going to bounce it to 3, and the Bengals will down it at the 2. Tremendous job by Stanley Morgan to prevent that ball from going into the end zone. They're going to mark it at the 3 where he initially touched it.
MVP so far today, Kevin Huber. That golden left toe, that golden left foot, that golden left leg.
Time for our weekly visit with Bengals head coach Zac Taylor. You face your former boss this week in Sean McVay. What were some of the most valuable lessons you learned in those 2 years on his staff?
Well, I mean, he built a strong culture there and treated people with respect and the way they deserve to be treated, and so everyone always felt like they were valued.
We've all heard these stories about his unbelievable recall for plays from his past. Did you witness that firsthand?
Yeah, he's one of the smartest people I've been around. You know, he's a really rare coach, and was really impressive, and I was fortunate enough to work for him for 2 years.
When you arrived, Jared Goff was being called by some people as a potential bust. And then in your 2 years on that staff, you went to the Pro Bowl both times, took the Rams to the Super Bowl last year, obviously. What are some of his biggest strengths?
Well, he's a really talented quarterback. It's important to him to be great, so he spends a lot of extra time studying the details of it. And he was certainly a fun guy to coach and one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Aaron
Donald was the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in both of your seasons there. Describe Aaron Donald.
Powerful, quick, elite athleticism. You know, he really studies the game, and so he's somebody you got to have a great plan for.
All right, let's turn from your previous team to your current team. Alex Erickson had a great game last week. 8 catches for 137 yards. He is not the fastest. He is not the biggest. How does he get the job done?
His work ethic, his consistency. He knows where to be and when to be there, and so he's been a reliable target for Andy.
We know that you are determined to get the running game going. Do you feel like at this point you've tried just about everything in hopes of making that happen, or are there still some things that you think, all right, let's try that?
We've got to explore every avenue, you know, and find a way to get on track, because it takes a lot of the pressure off of the linemen and Andy and everybody. So we got to find a way to make it get going.
One of the biggest positives last week was the fact that the old Geno Atkins was back. What does that mean to your defense?
Well, certainly when you put pressure on the quarterback like Geno did, it helps the secondary. You know, they don't have to cover as long, and so I'm really pleased with his performance last week.
Darqueze Dennard played for the first time this season and got a lot of snaps. How did he do?
I thought he did a nice job. You know, he's excited to get back out there, and you know, he certainly gives us a boost. You know, he's got great experience, great leadership, and he's got a lot of valuable playing experience, so that really helped us.
It's off to London for this game. What are some of the biggest challenges about making this trip?
Well, the time change is significant, and so you got to make sure when you get on that plane you go to sleep, because otherwise you land at 1 in the morning and you go to practice, and so you got to try to trick your body a little bit those first 2 days so that you feel fresh on Sunday.
What are your personal experiences from being over there?
This will be my 4th trip, so 2-1 so far, and so look forward to going over there and competing to get our first win.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
When we continue, we'll put Zac on the Telestrator, take a look at some video from last week's game against the Jags when Bengals Weekly continues. Bengals Weekly is brought to you in part by Fifth Third Bank, on the field, in the weight room, and in the community. Fifth Third Bank and the Bengals are driving to better. Learn more about the drive to better at Bengals.com/53. And by McDonald's, the greater Cincinnati area. McDonald's owner-operators are proud sponsors of the Cincinnati Bengals.
My favorite part of the show, there's always something to learn. Telestration with Bengals head coach Zac Taylor. What do you have, Coach?
So the first clip here is a completion to Alex Erickson at the end of the half. So there's 2 minutes left. We motioned from a 2x2 to a 3x1 to change the passing strength. You can see the backer and the nickel flip. So we got some indications that it's zone coverage right here. You're going to see TB clear it out. He's got a middle field open, middle field closed read, so he's going to keep it vertical. Alex Erickson's going to run a 7-step in route right there. And he's going to do a good job. The line protects him long enough for Alex to find that void. So as TB clears out that backside safety, Alex hits the void on the opposite side. Obviously, he needs some time to be able to complete that. So it's a nice job giving us some momentum there right before halftime to get some points on the board.
Alex Erickson, got to love that kid, man. When he got his opportunity, he stepped up big for you, didn't he?
He did a nice job.
Good
you can
protection.
See here, good protection. Yep, he's got plenty of time to throw. Good job by Alex getting everything he can get there. Got us down to about the inside the 20. Okay, then we had a 4th and goal. This was the first drive of the game by the defense. We know that when they shifted out of that, he likes to be a jumper and try to jump over the top. So Preston meets him over the top. Good anticipation there by defense on what might be coming their way. Got to make sure we finish the play there before the play is over. But it was a good goal line stand, and then the offense was able to clear it out with 2 plays, and so that was a good stand right there. They were really took 7 points off the board.
Yeah, Preston was saying he looked up the vertical jump of Fournette was only 28 inches. So he said, I'm going to go up and try to meet him.
Shot there.
Meet him at the height.
Yep, so you see here, this was in the first quarter. Again, it's still 0-0. We got them backed up after a nice punt. It's 3rd and 6 on the 7, so this is a big play for our defense. You can see here in the end zone copy, Gino does a nice job winning his one-on-one with the guard.
Ooh. Bad feeling right there.
So great job, gets him off balance right away, hits him in the end zone. Minshew's lucky enough to be able to sneak out of there and get the ball back to the 1, so it's not a safety, but nice job by Gino. Winning his one-on-one, finishing the play. You can see Zettel in there jumping in, who just signed 2 days before that. So a lot of guys in there competing.
They say that Minshew squats 550. He's got some strong legs on him. I'm telling you, that's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive.
Good luck over the pond, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Bengals fans, it's the McDonald's Pounder Play of the Game, brought to you by the Quarter Pounder and Double Quarter Pounder with cheese. So tackle your toughest appetite and pound one today.
Dalton throws a pass. It is caught. Touchdown, Joe Mixon. If you can't run it in, throw it to him.
Right.
And he catches a 2-yard touchdown pass to give Cincinnati the lead. Coming up, he had career highs for catches and receiving yards last week. Marissa Contepelli talks to Alex Erickson next when Bengals Weekly continues.
Show your Bengals spirit by joining the Who Day Ladies, presented by Kleenex, Kotex, and Cottonelle. Members will receive exclusive club gear, access to special club events, and so much more. For more information and to sign up, visit Bengals.com/ladies. Back in August, the Bengals teamed up with the Hillman Group to host Wash for Wishes, a car wash fundraiser with proceeds benefiting Make-A-Wish Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Who Day, Bengals players, and Bengals joined the fundraising efforts, which helped grant wishes to 3 local families. For Alex Erickson, it's all about making a difference.
Give kids an opportunity to do something that they wouldn't have had the chance to do before, and just give them a break from whatever they're going through. A lot of these kids are going through stuff that a kid should never have to go through, and it's a chance for us to get out in the community and be part of the community and just be a part of something bigger than ourselves. I think that's what we all want to be a part of, and so doing things like this and other events throughout the year, it's really what it's all about.
This week's Drive to Better is presented by Fifth Third Bank, where it pays to Who Day.
Alex, can you tell me what drives you to be the best player you can be both on and off the field?
I think, the work ethic that my parents have showed me throughout my childhood, I think has really helped carry to me where I am. Now I have a family of my own, so that's really what motivates me, being able to provide for them, and just love for the game too. I just love football and love playing with the teammates and just being one of the guys in the locker room. And I don't want to let my teammates down, and my family down. So that's really what drives me.
You have so much value when it comes to special teams play. Why is that part of the game something you take so much pride in?
Yeah, I think special teams is kind of how I got my niche and how I've been able to stick around, you could say.
10 cuts toward the near sideline at 20, the 25, the 30.
Yeah!
Jump cut past
Nice.
the kicker. Sprinting down the near sideline. What a return for Alex Erickson.
It's something I take a lot of pride in because they're big plays in the game. You know, the field position is, backed up. It changes their whole offense, and then hopefully you get a short punt, and then you got plus field position the whole time, and that's going to lead to points.
The 10, Huber steps into it, again down, a high floating end-over-end punt. This one is bouncing at the 5,
Again.
way up in the air.
Nice.
Now rolling down toward the 2, and Alex Erickson grabs it at the 1-yard line.
Numbers-wise, you're coming off of your best game of your career as a receiver against the Jaguars. How can you build on that performance moving forward?
It's important as you progress as a player and as a teammate, you want to take those next steps.
Team Dalton throws. It is caught by Erickson.
Nice.
Breaks a tackle.
Nice.
Sprinting down the sideline. The Bengals will have it 1st and goal.
Looking at the game critically and how can you get better and how can you, fix the things that, you didn't do so well. And then just keep growing, like you said, just keep pushing from that. That's one thing I'm trying to do is just become a better receiver, become a reliable target for Andy, and be a guy that he can really count on.
In the first half for Erickson, he has caught every completion that Dalton has thrown.
You became the 4th different receiver this year to lead the Bengals in receiving yards in a game. How important is it that there are a number of guys that Andy can rely on?
Yeah, it's just a matter of making the most of our opportunity, and I think this group is, we show up for training camp, and we obviously knew we had a lot of talent, but it was a matter of putting it all together and proving it on Sundays. That's when it counts, and we're a group that really holds each other accountable, a group that really pushes each other, and we know that we got to step our game up with AJ and John being out, and we really taken ownership, and we got to continue to do it and be consistent at it.
Dalton back to throw against a 4-man rush. Fires a fastball over the middle. Cut by Erickson. Into Jags territory at the 40. Near sideline 30. 48 yards on the play.
Alex Erickson is the only weapon the Bengals have offensively.
At some point, everyone goes through a different type of adversity. How have you and your teammates kept that right mindset?
Yeah, it's been frustrating, obviously. Most of us are accustomed to winning at every level we've been at, so as you go through this phase, you just got to keep pushing and keep driving and know you're going to come out the other end, and it's going to make you a better teammate, a better man, a better football player. And so yeah, we just got to keep believing that and keep trusting that, and really keep growing together as a team, and just know that the guy next to you is going to be accountable to you, and you're going to be accountable to that guy, and we're just all pushing in the same direction.
This season, every time the Bengals complete a drive of 53 or more yards, Fifth Third Bank will donate $530 to student loan relief. Enter for the chance to win at 53.com/Bengals. We return to the Telestrator. It's time for this week's X's and O's segment, as Lapp is going to point out some of the strengths of this week's opponent, the LA Rams.
And they have some strengths. This is the defending NFC champion. They've got a guy that can throw the football. And watch this throw. It's going to be a tight window, rips it in there. Over the hand, tight coverage on the backside. It's a tight window to hit.
Whoa.
Puts it right on the money.
First overall pick in the draft for a reason.
Yep, Jared Goff. And you got the G-men, Goff and Gurley. You're going to have to handle the G-men. Watch everybody do their jobs here. Get off, cut off on the backside. Watch Big Witt get up to the linebacker level. And Gurley's going to cut back. This is just inside zone, nothing fancy. Here, everybody's got running them on the backside. Big Witt up top, cut off blocks, runs through the safety, touchdown. Todd Gurley. That's the way the running game's supposed to look. That's what the Bengals envision their running game to be. They're not at that point yet that the Rams are. Let's take a look at defense. Aaron Donald. He's not the only one, though. Fowler out here. Whew. Watch these two guys come off the football. Aaron Donald will muscle you. He'll outquick you. He'll swim you. He'll do everything. Watch Fowler beeline to the quarterback. He just gets a little swim over the top. Look, both of them are already past their offensive lineman, heading toward Garoppolo. In trouble. Knocked the ball out of his hands from behind. Brockers is there as well. Linebacker, pick it up. Littleton, lateral, fumble recovery. Try to make a big play out of it. Amazing. They have a very, very good defensive football team. Pro Bowl caliber players. Defensive line at the linebacker level and on the back end as well. Because who did they pick up? They pick up Ramsey. Watch him run support here.
Played a lot last week in his first game.
He did. And watch him hit this one now. He's going to watch the aiming point. Helmet across the bow. You want to get your head in front. He's going to hit. He's going to tackle the football. Poosh! Knock the football right out of there. Big, big takeaway for the defense. So
his back injury healed in a hurry.
Yeah, his back went away as soon as he went to the Rams. My back's fine.
All right, time for this week's Bengals trivia question, and we chose something apropos as the Bengals head back to London.
Well, the last time Cincinnati was in England, 2 receivers caught football for over 100 yards in reception. Who are they?
We'll have the answer when Bengals Weekly returns.
It's now time to get to know your Bengals. Which superpower would you like to have?
If I could have a superpower, I would definitely want to fly.
To be able to fly, I would say.
I want to time travel, just for the aspect of time traveling, like see what happens in the future. Ooh, that's tough though. Future time travel gets kind of tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna teleport. I'm gonna change my answer to teleport.
Super strength. Fly. I'd love to be able to fly.
To be invisible. Disappear. Ooh, definitely disappear. I don't know where I went to. I just left the earth.
I don't know if y'all seen the movie Jumper, but the ability to like jump from place to place, you know, wherever I want to go.
Probably just like teleporting or being invincible. I guess to be invisible, that would be nice.
I'd probably say super speed.
Super speed.
Like Wolverine's powers, I like those. You know, he can heal and he gets like a rage mode. I like Wolverine.
To read people's mind, just because, I mean, that would make me a better player. And I would be able to just see what people think of me. I think that's pretty cool.
Welcome back to the show. Time to answer this week's Bengals trivia question. The last time Cincinnati played in London, 2 Bengals had more than 100 receiving yards. Dave Lapham, tell us who they were.
4 years ago, Dan, we're across the pond. It's amazing. Time flies when you're having fun. A.J. Green, 9 catches, 121 yards. Tyler Eifert, 9 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown. 2 receivers almost had double-digit catches in that football game. The air was full of footballs.
And A.J. Green drew a bunch of penalties as well. The Bengals have a bye next weekend, but we will have an on-location radio show Friday at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Liberty Township will be there for the Bengals pep rally show. Now time for the Sideline Report, brought to you by Tri-Health. Hopefully the Bengals will get some injured guys back after the bye, and maybe they'll contribute like Darqueze Dennard did last week in his first game back.
He was remarkable, but going into the game last week, 7 guys deactivated, all due to injury. Jake Dolegala, they activated 3 quarterbacks. They had no other roster move to make but to activate Jake. He knew he wasn't going to play. It was like he went into the game with 45 players. If you got to Jake, you were in real trouble. That means Dalton and Finley both had been nicked up. So hopefully the bye week, guys heal up and start bringing some of these bodies back. But Darqueze Dennard, over 70 snaps, 5 solo tackles, 2 passes defensed, did a great job in the slot. He played inside in the slot all day long, communicated very well with those young corners. He did a great job for the Bengals.
Let's get to your keys to the game as the Bengals try to upset the Rams.
Number 11, both quarterbacks in this football game are responsible for 11 giveaways. Goff has 7 interceptions and lost 4 fumbles. Andy Dalton has 8 interceptions, lost 3 fumbles. Goff is responsible for 11 of the 12 giveaways that the Rams have. Andy's responsible for 11 of the 15 giveaways the Bengals have. Which quarterback is going to play with good ball security and not put his team in jeopardy? I think that's going to be a big deal. Sack ratio, you know, the Bengals struggling to run the football, that's obvious. As a result of that, they're minus 15 in the sack ratio department because they can't stop the run, not run the football very well, so they're getting smoked in terms of pass rush, and teams are just teeing off on them because they have issues in that running game. Minus 15 is 30th in the NFL. You look at the Rams are +6. So, they're running the ball well enough. They can run it better. Gurley and Goff, the G-men, they're not playing like they played last year. The defense is really, in my mind, the story of the LA Rams, and that takes me to finish. Bottom line in this football game against a quality opponent like this, you have to finish blocks. You have to finish tackles. You have to finish plays. You have to finish quarters. You have to finish halves. You have to finish the game. Recruiting all finishers, we need as many as possibly can. Come one, come all. If you can finish plays, let's go to London.
All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. For Lapp and our entire crew, I'm Dan Horde. We'll see you next week after the pigskin flies at Wembley Stadium. Bengals Weekly was brought to you in part by McDonald's. The greater Cincinnati area, McDonald's owner-operators are proud sponsors of the Cincinnati Bengals.